As I continue to research Rose Island, I thought I would share my personal ghost story with you, and it's a pretty good one. I've experienced some weird stuff over the years. I've had spirits attached to me that my shaman had to remove. I've sent souls into the light and even had to clear and manifested devil energy from my grandma's house. But none of those experiences affected me as much as this haunted house did. To give you a fuller picture of the story, you need to know that I was 17 and very psychic at the time. I was still trying to understand my intuition and had no actual knowledge or tools for dealing with ghosts or how to protect myself. This haunting takes place in Columbia, South Carolina. I lived with a friend and her family, and we all moved into this house together. The moment I stepped through the front door, I felt it. I say it because I'm not exactly sure what I felt. It was as if the energy outside the door differed from the inside. Every single hair on my body stood up. At the time, I thought maybe it was a draft from everybody walking in. Fast forward to the first night. I got my things unpacked in the room I shared with my friend, but I was hanging out alone. Door closed, just vibing by myself, sitting in front of a mirror we had on the floor doing my makeup. Across the room behind me was my dresser. On top of it were some candle holders that would shake a bit when shutting a drawer or if the dresser got bumped into. So while doing my makeup, I heard a loud thump from my dresser and my candles shaking. I was completely alone in the room, not even a pet around. To prevent myself from being scared, especially in a new home where I had to live, I tried to tell myself it was nothing. That trick didn't work for too long. As time went on, there would be moments when I thought someone was walking into the room with me, so I would start talking, only to turn around to see no one. One of my friends spent the night on the living room couch. She later told me the door in the living room was opening by itself, and she heard things sliding across the fireplace mantle. There were times when I was hanging out on the couch watching TV, and I felt the ghost sit next to me. Remember, I was very sensitive and psychic. I eventually brought it up to my friend and her family. Some of us believed the house was haunted, some of us didn't. However, we did confirm with the neighbor that the previous people talked about it being haunted. My friend's dad was one of the non-believers, which was funny because the ghost was always moving his stuff. Some of the items were on the fireplace mantle. You know how my friend heard stuff move? That was the dad stuff. So now you're probably wondering why I call this ghost a pervert. Right now, it seems like they just want to hang. That's because I didn't get to the worst part yet. Not only did this ghost like to hang around me, but it used to get into the shower with me. Have you ever been eye fucked by something you can't see? It's not fun, especially as a 17-year-old girl. I don't think I was the only one being watched. My friend's mom had a dog who refused to go in the bathroom. The animals, they always know. So after about 5 months or so, I moved in with my friend who had spent the night and heard things. We later went back to the haunted house to visit. That's when the mom told us she went to get out of bed in the middle of the night, but couldn't because large hands were coming up through the mattress and holding her down. Now, I've never known her to lie, but I also didn't see this happen. I can't say it's true, but I wanted to share it. However, before we ended the visit, I finally saw the ghost. From where I was sitting in the living room, I saw the lower half of a man wearing what looked like work pants and boots walking down the hall towards the front door. It spooked me, but at the time, I felt so validated to finally see some kind of proof for what I've been feeling all those months. I did some research on the house. I wanted to know if there was anything of note documented. I did find the first family to have lived in the home due to an article about the daughter. For some reason, it listed their home address. People were kind of nuts back then. And everything I found, the family seemed pretty normal. I couldn't find anything else beyond real estate listings. In the backyard, there was part of a structure. It was like an outdoor oven or fireplace, maybe even a chimney, but we never really knew what it was. There was also a rock foundation and a low wall. You could see some of it on the left side of the picture. The location of the house isn't too far from downtown, where known Civil War posts exist. Maybe it's someone from that time. There may have been a house before the current one, who knows? The perverted ghost remains a mystery. That concludes my true story of being haunted by a perverted ghost. I hope you enjoyed it.